Hi Renata, this is Panyia. In this video, I'm going to show you 3 things you can do today to help with your online presence and bring in more customer to your business. So you're most likely sitting there asking yourself, why would I be doing this and what's in it for me? Well, you're lucky because I read mine, and the answer is oftentimes in the world of the internet, most local business owners are too busy running their business to learn how the internet can benefit them and their business. And sometimes the only hesitation they have to hiring someone is that they don't know who is an expert and who isn't. So if by the end of this video you like what you heard and you see that I have a lot of tricks on my sleeve that can help you and your business, shoot me an email back and we can chat. Or if by the end of this video you simply want to take this information and do them yourself, that works for me as well. So now let me show you 3 things that will set your company above your competition and not waste any more of yours or my time. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to talk about is content. And what I mean by that is Google doesn't just look at your site and automatically know what you do just because you list yourself as a contractor. So what they're doing is they're actually sending robot through and reading all of these content you see me highlighting here. If it wants to highlight all of these content. So we want to make sure that you have enough content, more content than your competition on there. And furthermore, they're looking at not just what's on top of your website, but what's behind your website. So meta description, meta tag. So if we go to these images and we right click on them and save them, we can see that this is what they're saved as and this is what Google is reading. So from what I can see right now, you're not actually having any of those keywords that people are searching in. So one thing that I will do is get some of those keywords behind these images to help you with more of those content. From what I've seen over my time of doing this is Google likes to see anywhere from 1,000 to 1,500 words of content on a homepage. And if we look at your competitor, same thing, they're looking at the content. And this is actually your number one competitor when I type in kitchen remodeling Sacramento. And we can see here they are listed first on the organic search. And if we go into this tool that I use called Ahrefs, this tool is not 100% accurate, but I love using this tool because what they do is they actually buy data from Google, and what we can do is look at the behind the scene of all the website that we put into this tool. So we can look at your website as well as your competitor website and see what is happening behind the scene. So we can see here that you have 10 keywords. However, that's bringing you in 0 traffic. And if we look into your keywords, we can see that these are the words that you are ranking for. However, they are not the keywords that you want for your business, because a lot of these are more certification, whereas you want more keywords like kitchen remodeling, roofing services, and any of the services that you provide. You want to be ranking for those words. That way you can be found for your services. And if we also look at your competitor, Kitchen Mart, we can see that they have 1.1k keywords, and that's bringing them in 1.1k in traffic. And if we look into their keywords, we can see that they're ranking for keywords like kitchen remodeling Sacramento, kitchen remodel Sacramento, and that itself is bringing in a total of 150 search volume and 300 in search volume. And they actually have a trap, and because they are on the second and third position of these keywords, they actually have traffic going into their website just from having these keywords, to which you are missing out on because you are not on the front page of Google. The next thing I want to talk about is citation. So what I did was put in the keyword kitchen remodeling Sacramento, California, The first thing we're going to see is the sponsor and ads section. This is the section where businesses are paying Google to be up on. However, a study does show that ads are only semi-effective and can definitely become a money pit if it's not effective. And especially with today technology where Google is allowing users to block off ads, that can definitely become a hindrance. And then moving down, this area is called the Google Map Pack or the Google Maps, and this is the area that I want to talk about. This is the area where 30% of your Google traffic will come from, and this is the area where I want to talk about citation. So citation is your business name, address, and phone number listed throughout various directories. And you might ask, what is a directories? And directories are basically any website that you're able to put your information in. And that include websites like Yelp, Yellow Book, White Book, and even Facebook have an area where you could submit a citation. And in order to get into the top 3, you're going to need to beat out your competition in every aspect, and that's including citation. So you're going to want to have more citation than them and have your business listed in more directories than them. That way you can be found in the top 3 of the map. And then next, when we scroll down, this area right here is called the organic section. This is where 70% of people that are using the search engine end up clicking on. And they usually end up clicking on the top 5. So we really want to get you guys to the top 3 actually, so you guys could get more visibility and get noticed more. And to do that, we're basically going to do the same thing, and that is to beat your competition in every aspect. And that has more to do with backlinks. And backlinks is the third and last thing I want to talk about today. And the way that the web works is that there is a bunch of websites that is linking back and forth to one another. And the more website that you have that is referring back to your website, the more popular you are and the more likely you are to rank, kind of like a popularity contest. But not all links are created equally. And what I mean by that is that links works a lot more effective when you have high quality relative site linking back to you. For example, one of the services you provide is kitchen remodeling. So if you have another website that also does kitchen remodeling linking back to you, that would be more effective than, let's say, Pizza Hut linking back to you. Because, hey, you don't sell pizza for a living, right? So that would be more irrelevant for your website. And when we talk about backlinks, it gives you 3 things. First is power, second is exposure, and third is credibility to your site. So if we go back to this tool that I use, we can see that you have 19 referring domains, and that's giving you 41 backlinks. However, if we look at your competitor, they actually have 285 referring domain, and that's giving them 1.5k in backlinks. And what we can essentially do is click onto their backlinks. We can actually take all of the links that they have and go after every one of them for your own site and beat out your competitor. And yeah, that's the end of this video. Once again, we went over content, making sure your front page have at least 1,000 to 1,500 words. Citation, you want to have more than your competitor to beat them. And then backlinks, having more relative site pointing back to your website to show Google that you are the authoritative. And if you implement these strategies today, you can definitely be number 1 across Google. And yeah, you can either go with this information I provided you today and do this on your own, and I'm totally cool with that. Or if you want the most effective route and want to save yourself the time, you can give me a call at 916-382-2906. Once again, my name is Panyia Tao. My number is 916-382-2906. Or you can send me an email back, and I'd love to chat with you guys more. If not, no worries, but I would love some feedback to see how I did. And yeah, I look forward to hearing back from you, and have a great one.